Welcome to a World of Good podcast. I'm Nate Tatman.
And I'm Andrew Gale.
And we are two friends
who love Jesus,
care about the church,
and travel the world to share stories of people who do the same.
Our conversations happen in all kinds of places.
Like a coffee shop and an airport terminal.
Or even the back of a crowded taxi.
But no matter where we go, from Argentina to Zimbabwe,
we capture stories of the good God is doing around the world.
And we hope those stories will do you a world of good.
Welcome to our World of Good podcast. My name is Nate Tatman, and I am currently in Prague and have just finished up our Europe and Middle East team regional meetings, affectionately known as the Three Worlds team. And I have a very, very special guest. In fact, I'm so honored to be here right now talking to this very special person. Hi, Sofie Kihm. How are you?
Good.
Good. And how are you doing today?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
You're good? Yeah. Sofie, if you want to just share a little bit, where are we and what are we doing here? I know I just kind of mentioned it a little bit, but from your perspective, do you know what country you're in right now?
Yeah, Prague.
Well, that's the city. Do you know what country you're in?
Czech Republic.
Nice. Good job. You get an A. And what are we doing in the Czech Republic, in the city of Prague?
We're having staff meeting.
Yeah. And so this is a time where your parents, Dan and Christy Kihm, are meeting with all of their coworkers from the region. And so while the adults are meeting, what are you doing?
I'm playing and watching movies.
Nice. Nice. And you've been with some of the other missionary kids this week. My girls, Aubrey and Kayla and Deleska and Emily, as well as with Lola and Leo Langford, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys have had your own special meetings while the adults have been in the boring meetings, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And not just playing. I mean, after every meeting, I see some things that you guys have done. What else do you guys do other than just play?
We do crafts.
Yeah, you made me some special glasses that I do not have. Where are our glasses? Our glasses are not on right now that you made. I need my star glasses. Not that anybody can see, but we should at least have these on because you made them for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now that is much better. You've got your kitty cat glasses on. I've got my star glasses on. So, Sofie, you live in what city?
Budapest.
You live in Budapest, Hungary, and you've been there for a few years now, right?
Yeah.
And what are some of your favorite things to do in Budapest?
I go to school there, and we don't do a lot at home, but if we have friends over, then we show them to the city and stuff.
Yeah. Do you have some favorite places you like to go to? Like if your mom or dad take you on for a special treat or to do something special, are there any special places you like to go to?
Not really.
Is there like a favorite food or restaurant or anything like that?
Sometimes we go to a restaurant by a park.
Mm-hmm. Now, you told me this, so I kind of know. What are some of your favorite foods? If you go to any restaurant, what are some of your favorite restaurants?
Pizza and mac and cheese.
Pizza and mac and cheese. And you don't just like any old pizza. There's a special kind of pizza that you like, isn't there?
Pepperoni pizza.
With what kind of crust?
With cheese in it.
Yeah, you like the cheese stuffed crust.
Yeah, but normally they don't have that.
I know. You got to kind of, but you found a Pizza Hut here in Prague that does have that, haven't you? Yeah, yeah. So you talked about school, or you mentioned school. What grade are you going to be going into this year?
5th grade.
5th grade. Wow. How old are you?
10.
10 years old, going into the 5th grade. And is school in Budapest, is it kind of the same or is it different than going to school, say like in the US or like in Indiana?
It's kind of different because we talk about God and stuff in it, but it's also in English.
Okay, yeah. And so you don't have to learn another language to go to your school in Budapest, do you?
No, but they have Hungarian classes
Mm-hmm.
to learn.
Have you been learning a little bit of Hungarian?
Yeah, but
Is-
I don't really know a lot of it.
Is there anything that you can say in Hungarian, even if it's just like a one word like hi or bye or counting or something like that?
Hello and goodbye is the same, and it's like see ya,
Okay.
but it's spelled like SZIA.
SZIA. And you pronounce it like Zia?
Yeah, like see ya.
Zia. Okay. Have you learned like numbers in Hungarian? Like
Yeah.
counting? Can you count to say like 10, for example, or
Yeah, I
5?
can count to 10.
Okay, let's hear you count to 10.
Egy, kettő, három, négy, öt, hat, hét, nyolc, kilenc, 10.
Wow. That's really good. Can you do that backwards? No, I'm joking. I won't make you do that. You're processing though, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't really.
No. I was just teasing. What else is maybe different at your school in Hungary, in Budapest?
For lunch, we always have 2 soups.
Every day?
Yeah, if I pack lunch, then I don't. But if you buy lunch there, then it's normally always 2 soups, or it's 1 soup and like some type of pasta.
Okay. Do you like soup?
Some of their soups are good, but the others aren't as good.
You see, I don't know about you, but I'm not a big soup fan in general. To me, it's like you have a plate of food and just pouring water on it and you make your food all watery. That's what soup tastes like to me.
It's not really like that.
No?
They put like one of the soups is called goulash soup.
Oh.
And they put like they cut potatoes and like have slices of that in there. And sometimes they put noodles and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's a little bit thicker of a soup.
Yeah.
It's not very watery or anything like that. Very cool. Now, before moving to Budapest, you lived in another country, right?
Yeah.
What country did you live in?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. And what city did you live in the Netherlands? Do you remember?
No,
No.
not really.
It's been a few years, hasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. And so you are 10 years old, and in your lifetime, you've already lived in 3 different countries.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Do you think that's amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it sometimes difficult living in a different country?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to change schools like you did and change homes and things like that. But I've heard that you have made a new friend as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have lots of play times and play dates with this friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your friend?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Nastia.
Uh-huh.
And she's from Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
And she speaks English though.
Oh, very good.
So she also goes to my school and is in my class. And sometimes she will, like, after school, she'll come to my house and we'll play.
Very nice. Very nice. And of course, your family lives close to Ukraine, right? And your dad has been helping a lot with the Ukrainian church and taking supplies and things like that to some of the Ukrainians. And so your friend, she lived in Ukraine, and her family have now moved to Hungary where it's a little bit safer for her family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about going to church? Is church different in Budapest than what you've experienced in Indiana, or is it like the same?
Yeah, it is different.
How's it different?
Well, it's all in Hungarian.
That's a big difference, I
Yeah.
would say.
And at one of the churches, we go to 2 churches normally.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is they do like 10 songs, and then
10 songs? Yeah. Wow. Do you sing along to all 10 songs?
Not all of them.
Yeah. Especially if they're in a different language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, some of the songs I recognize, so I'll just sing them in English.
So you can do that?
Yeah, like
You can sing while they're singing in Hungarian, you can sing in English.
well, yeah, kind of.
And the reason why I'm asking, because it's hard for me to do that. I don't
Mm.
know why, but when I hear a song that I'm familiar with, like the tunes, and I know what it is, and I hear it sung in that language, I often get my English words mixed up and can't remember sometimes. But that's really good. So 10 songs, and then what happens?
And then they do the sermon, and then
Is the sermon a long sermon or a short sermon?
it's different.
Yeah.
Actually, before the sermon,
Yeah.
they have people come up and like talk if they want to say something
Okay.
about like what happened over the week or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes
They
that's
want something like for us to pray
yeah.
for it.
Yep.
And then they'll do a big prayer, and then they do the sermon.
Then they do the sermon. Do they do anything after the sermon?
Yeah. And then after that, they do like 5 more songs, and then we all get up and talk because it's over.
Then it's over and you get to
Yeah.
talk to everybody. Yeah. So they like to sing a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And-
And my dad really likes that about it.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your dad, one of the things I know about your dad likes the older songs, doesn't he? He likes
Yeah.
the hymns, the good old Church of God hymn songs, hymn singing. So is there like a special, and I don't know the answer to this, so you can say no if you want to. Is there like a special event or maybe a celebration or something like that happens in Budapest that you are excited about or you look forward to every year, or something maybe you've already experienced that you like to do?
There's not really a lot of those. Well, we don't really celebrate them, but it's kind of, I don't know about them,
Mhm.
but I always get school off of the
Oh, yeah. That's a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're always happening. You may not know what they're happening for, why they're happening, but you just get school off. Yeah. That seems to happen a lot in European countries over here. They have a lot of the church holidays, and depending upon what countries, they have different saint holidays that we get work and school off of. Is there anything else that you want to talk about that I haven't asked you about yet?
They don't celebrate Halloween at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That's different.
But the day before Halloween, they like have a day where they think about, where they go to like the cemetery or something.
Oh. And to remember their loved
Yeah.
ones, their family members and things like that.
But they don't do Halloween.
But they don't do they don't dress up like in masks or
No.
costumes or go around asking for candy or anything
No.
like that.
But at my school, they do it in like the parking lot of my school.
Okay.
So like all the kids can come, and then they do like a trunk and treat.
Okay.
Where like everybody dresses up the trunk of their car.
Yep.
And we go and get candy
You
from
can
them.
get candy
Yeah.
that way. Did you dress up last year?
Yeah.
What did you dress up as last year?
Last year I was in America, so I think I dressed
that's
up
right.
in a puppy.
You dressed up as a puppy?
Yeah.
Now, did you walk on your 2 legs or did you have to crawl?
On my
on-
2 legs.
You walked. So
Yeah.
you were a dog that walked on his back legs. That reminds me, I was going to ask you. Let's see, you've been in Hungary now since about March or so. Is there anything that you miss from the U.S., from Indiana?
We were staying with my grandma and grandpa and my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So I really miss my cousins.
Sure.
And then also like the food.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What kind of food do you miss the most?
Like corn dogs and
Oh, yeah.
like American candy.
Yeah. Do you have a special kind of candy that you like?
No. Like
No.
some of the candies they have there, but it's not really the same.
It's different. It tastes
Yeah.
different, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And being a missionary kid and kind of living in one country for a number of years and then going back to, say, Indiana, that can be hard sometimes, can it? Being that far away from family and
Yeah.
spending that amount of time. But also, one of the things that I've noticed as we've been doing this, when we go back to visit, it's special times because obviously we haven't seen our family in a long time, but it's also a time where we get to spend a lot of time with them. So it may be for a few weeks or a few months. Is that fun to be able to spend all that time, say at grandma and grandpa's and with
Yeah.
your cousins and things? And
it's really fun when we stay for Christmas.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Is Christmas different
them.
in Hungary than in Indiana?
We don't really celebrate it we celebrate it in our house more,
Mm-hmm.
not really outside.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't, sometimes they have a Christmas market or something.
Yeah. Yep.
But they don't have decorations everywhere
Yeah.
like in America.
Yeah. That was one of the things that we noticed too. When we were in the US, it was over, I'm thinking of last year, it was over Easter time. And what you were just saying, like with the holidays, Easter, Christmas, a lot of those, the stores in the US, they go crazy, don't they? In decorating everything. But here in Europe, and in your case in Hungary, you might not even know that it's the Easter season or Valentine's Day or some of those other holidays because the stores hardly decorate.
Yeah, sometimes my grandma and grandpa will send me a package of
Ooh.
Easter stuff, like Easter eggs and stuff
Yeah.
that we can hide and stuff.
You can do your own Easter egg hunt. That's fun. So I know that for quite some time, you guys were dog sitting for a very special dog named Honey, right?
Yeah.
And you fell in love with Honey as from what I've heard and what from you have told me. But you were only kind of babysitting or dog sitting Honey for a few months or so, correct?
Yeah, but it felt like a year or something.
Yeah,
but
it was quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like during COVID and things like that. So anyway, you had to take Honey back to her owners and everything, but something special came out of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Because we had Honey for so long, we found out that we had enough space for a dog.
Yeah.
So then, but our landlord said that we couldn't have any pets, but he said yes because we were babysitting Honey.
Okay.
So we asked, but he said yes.
Wow.
So, and then we were visiting lots of dogs, and so the ones that we wanted, other people would get. So then it was the end of school, the last day of school, where it was going to be summer. And then, so we were driving for 2 hours to see this one dog. But lots of other people were asking about it. So if we didn't take it right then somebody else would probably get it. So either we would get him then, or we would look at a different dog. So we went up and we saw him, and he was so cute, and he didn't bite or anything. He just was came up to you and brushed up against you.
Brushed his head up against you. And
yeah.
And so then what happened?
We took him home in the car.
Very nice. Yeah. And what's his name?
Lucky.
Lucky. And do you know what kind of dog he is? What kind of breed?
Yeah, he's a golden retriever mix, kind of. Because he has a white chest, kind of.
Yep. Yeah, the golden retrievers, they're very nice dogs, very lovable, very kind, very gentle dogs. So you guys babysat Honey, or dog sat, I should say, dog sat Honey, discovered that one, as a family, you wanted to have a dog, and then your landlord changed his mind and allowed you to have a dog too. So then you got lucky.
And then, but one time they asked if we could babysit Honey for a week, and we had Lucky then. So they would both have to be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Lucky is kind of like a puppy. He's 10 months old.
Okay.
And Honey's 10 years old.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Lucky has a lot of energy probably, huh?
Yeah. So, like, Lucky really loved Honey. Like, he would, like, wanted her to play with him all the time. But Honey was kind of, like, just wanted to sleep all the time. So she would, like, growl at him a few times to tell him, like, stop, because he would, like, bite her ear.
Oh, no. Was it
Like,
kind of a playful bite?
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
play
he was wanting to
bite.
play, yeah. So having a dog, do you have to take care of Lucky? Do you have responsibilities?
Yeah, I have to feed him.
Yeah,
I have to get him water.
yeah,
I have to brush him.
yeah. They're a lot of work, aren't they?
Yeah.
But is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. That's awesome.
We're trying to get him to sleep with me, except he's too, like, excited to sleep. So he has to sleep in his crate or his
Okay.
box.
Well, that might change the older he gets. He might calm
Yeah.
down a little bit more. Awesome. Well, Sofie, let's say if there's any other kids listening to this, maybe kids living in the US or somewhere else, do you have any advice or words you'd want to give to other kids?
Not really.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I was just curious. So, well, Sofie, thank you for letting me ask you all of these questions.
You're welcome.
Oh, and it was so good to be here with you this week and to play with you and for you to make some crafts for me, these star glasses and some other things. And we will talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to A World of Good. A World of Good is a podcast production of Global Strategy and Church of God Ministries. Our theme song is Colorado by Leo Flores. If you want to join the conversation, visit us at Twitter at A World of Good Pod, on Instagram, A World of Good Podcast, or visit our website, chogglobal.org/A World of Good. And join us next time as we share more stories of good from around the world.